Hello, Summit. Good morning. All right, so this tutorial is about lab coat or waistcoat or overall, depending on what you call it. Now, those regular long clothes we use, and it should be a notch collar lapel or cam collar, right? So I want to show you guys how to make the drafting. It's very simple. This is kind of something you can do with ease, and it doesn't consume much materials or much fabric. So the yardage you need for this is always 2.5 yards to 3 yards, depending on the size of the person you are working for as well. And then you're also going to need your um, eyelet opener for your press on buttons. That machine they use in doing press on buttons. If you don't have it, you can go to the market and do it. So the first thing I did here was to fold 4 inches. Now this 4 inches I folded here is essential. It helps you to do the overlapping and the cam collar, notch collar, whatever you call it. So this is 4.5 inches or thereabout 4 inches. I think I will trim off some part of this, and weaving will take care of some parts. So I did this 4 inches folding all through to the very end. And then after this, the next thing to do here is to mark out a baseline, then mark extra 3 inches here. So this 3 inches you're marking is for your folding or hemming allowance of this particular outfit. Then you do your line like so. Then after which, inside these 4 inches that you marked out, that folded, you are going to mark out 1 inch. Please mark 1 inch. Mark 1 inch. Now this 1 inch you're marking will serve you for your button allowance or your press on button allowance. Then connect the line like so, or through this way. And then you're not going to apply the length of your overall or waistcoat, or sorry, what waistcoat, jacket. So I'm using a length of 47. 47 length is what I'm going to use. 47 length. And then you mark in this form. Mark it twice. 47 length. You also mark in this form as well. Then after you have marked out that, you draw your line. Make sure your lines are as straight as possible. You draw your lines. Then after which, then the next thing you're going to do is to get your armhole. So in this case, I will use my shoulder over 2. So my shoulder measurement divided by 2 is my shoulder is 20. So I'm using, I'm confirming the length, the how perfect this line is. So this is perfect. This one is not perfect. That the baseline was a bit bent. So, but I'm going to use this. So now the shoulder is 20. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. So I'm using 10 inch for your armhole. Now remember that while measuring or while taking these measurements from your clients, you are meant to give a measure or use the hip value or a value that is way bigger than the chest value, so that it doesn't get fitted. Remember that they wear clothes inside. Especially some bankers or some students, they wear outfit inside before they put on this. So it shouldn't be too tight. Then you get the midpoint of your 1 inch, that half inch here, the middle of this 1 inch, you get it. And then it's from that point that you apply whatever measurement you have. So the measurement I have for the chest is 50. That's 12.5, right? 12.5 this way. And then mark extra only 1 inch extra. You don't need to mark SS 1.5 or 2, because you don't need much allowance at the inside, because the measurement is already big, so that you don't waste your fabric, because you're trying to economize and make sure that this part will be enough for the back as well. Then shoulder is 20, like I said. Then from that half inch as well, you mark 20 in this form. And then you slope by your regular 2.5 inches slope this way. And then you make sure you mark the lines to connect properly in this form. Then after which, the next thing you're gonna do is to mark your neckline. So the neck measurement I have is a neck of 17. You go by your next value by 6, then start from the midpoint of this 1 inch to mark the width, and then add half to that to get your depth of your neck, right? So all measurements start from that half inch of your center of your button allowance, right? Then make sure you get this form. and then tilt to the shoulder point, to the neck edge this way. And then you're not going to, you make it this way, just like this. Then with the help of your neckline cuff, then you connect these parts in this form as well. And then you bring your armhole, you bring your armhole, you bring your armhole. So for the armhole parts, what you will do is just to place it in this form and get a perfect curve that connects from here to this very point. It goes all through this way. And then after this, the next thing you're gonna do is to bring down this line from the chest allowance all through straight down. Now remember that if you want to put side vents or side slits, you measure a value that you know that will be enough for the slits. So this value here, I think if you want to put slits, you can measure 11 inches high, and then, or you can still leave it with the 1 inch and then still put your slits. I'm trying to make sure the fabric I have here, I manage this very well. So this is the front panel. Now please watch how you will cut this. Then while cutting, you also cut from here, cut through to this very point. Cut from here, cut all the way to this point. So then on this fabric I have is a bell fabric. It's a bell material, and I bought it for 2,000 naira. So normally you don't use all these expensive fabrics to sew this. You use either bell materials or school kind of uniform quality texture to make this outfit. So you cut all through the way to this point. So when you cut and then you cut all the way to this point, then you cut out your baseline. You cut out your baseline. So the next thing you are going to do here is to put a slit or a notch, right, at the neck. That's 1 inch allowance that you have. You put a notch right there. Very important. Half-inch notch down, half-inch notching down. You put a notch here. So this notching is what we are going to use to form our cam collar effects for this type of outfit. So this notching is very important. Look at it. It's very important here. So here will be sewn. From notching to be sewn, while the open of the neck will be open, where the neckline will be used to sew your cam collar. So let's do the back as well. All right. So here you fold and then you place as well for the back. So while cutting the back, you need to place the back to be at the center of that button allowance which you have already marked out. So the back will be at the center of this button allowance. Very important. It must be wrapping here. So now when you have gotten to this very point, so the next thing you are going to do now is to also raise the back panel by 2.5 inches. You raise the back panel by 2.5 inches as well. 2.5, 2.5 this way. Then you connect all through this way. Then slope it out to this point. And the next you do is to mark 1.5 inches deep. And then here you mark 3 for the back neck depth. And then you connect from here to this very point. It goes all the way this way. And then you can now cut. So if it was for a lady and you want to put back fitting, you are going to add extra 2.5 inches here, where the back will have a shape, and then it will show that female shape and then the hip before you have a vent at the center back. But since it's for a man, there's no need for that center joining. If you're making this for a lady, please mark out 3 inches or 3.5 inches this way, and give your back fitting, and then make your measurements to follow the back pattern. Then you cut as you should. So here you cut all through this way, but still female as well can still wear this one that looks like a lat, that's the male type. Like if it's something that they don't care about the fitting, all they just need is the color or the uniform, you can still make this for them and they'll still wear it. But if it is strictly a female group or organization or in nurses, that needs this kind of lab coats, we might decide to, give you that female fit. And bear in mind that the more the fit you're giving, you tend to consume more fabric at the back, because remember that we have already folded out or removed 4 inches already. So that means in such cases, you're not going to use only 2.5 yards or 3 yards. You use 3.5 yards, because the fabric will be of great waste if you add that stuff to the back. And then at the baseline here, you can cut it equally. Folding will take care of the rest. So after this now, so you fold the back panel to come to the front this way, and then make sure that the both necklines are corresponding, and then you trim out any excesses coming out from that direction. So now you have done this now. So you go ahead and cut your sleeve. Please, there's no need for back facing. This fabric will need back facing. This outfit will need back facing. You will do a direct shoulder joining and weave. The shoulder will be sewn directly and weave together, because we are avoiding where this cloth will be too heavy on them, and you won't need to hem here or gum here. All you need to do, I'll show you one of these sewing tutorials on how to do the finishing of this outfit, so that you understand better of what I'm trying to say. So if this video is interesting to you, kindly comment sewing, and I will know that you guys will love to see the sewing processes of this outfit. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye for now.